What's up, guys? Welcome back to Creation Studios, the only studio where you can make anything with your imagination. Today, we're going to do a little bit something different. Today, we are going to do a day in the life of a teromorph. And if you don't know what a teromorph is, it's basically these creatures that will try to infect the entire world with their species. So, we will be going through, the life cycle when they're born, what they will turn into eventually, and the different species because the entire world is in danger, especially that village over there. So, without further ado, let's get started. Stage 1 Parasites. These creatures will be born from the queen teromorph and will find other creatures to cocoon and become the next teromorph generation. As a test subject, they will kill the species, leave the food, and then put the creature's body in a giant egg for the next generation to start. And it will take some time for the eggs to hatch. Not too long, but it will take a while for them to start bursting out and start their life as a teromorph. Once they are born, they will begin separate stages which will lead to protecting their clan and their nest. And there it is, a hatchling of the teromorph. When they're first born, they're not naturally hunters and rely on the pack's protection. As you can see, they do not hunt anything. They rely on the pack's protection and also rely on the queen to feed them. Okay, and she will leave the parasites to continue the hatchling's life. Okay, but at this stage, they are weak, defenseless, and very vulnerable to any other threats, such as humans. And now they are at their third stage, which now they can begin hunting. Okay, these are the children teromorphs, or younglings if you want to be specific, and they will eventually grow to be either two separate stages, either the teromorph workers or even teromorph soldiers. But it will all depend on what they eat and how they live. But even at this stage, they are very vulnerable, but can still be dangerous and still rely on the pack's protection. And there it is, the teromorph worker. Okay, it is one of the weakest pack members of the clan, but it does help out with building the nest for the queen. Okay, these creatures will mostly be spotted. Reason being is because the queen does lay a bunch of parasites, and the parasites will create a bunch of kids for the queen. So that is one of the highest reasons you will see a teromorph worker. But even though they are weak in their clan, they still can be a threat to you. And with the things that are underneath the necks, they are called connective tentacles, which allow them to physically communicate and connect, or possibly mate, with other teromorph creatures. But as you can see from their neck, the blue spots are poison, as teromorphs can inflict a poison bite and can kill almost anything in seconds. And in its next stage, a teromorph soldier, which is bigger than the teromorph worker, but far more deadlier, and has a higher chance of becoming a next stage, which will give them a higher chance of surviving. And the older teromorphs get, the more poison they will inflict and more damage they will do. Okay, and they also inflict a tail for running, which makes them balance on any platform. But these versions of teromorphs are stronger than the workers, and only few of them will evolve into tanks and other stages of a teromorph. As said, it will only be a few occasions where this teromorph will evolve into its next stage, but it is a 5 out of 50% chance that some of them will evolve into into some of the next stages, and they will transform into the next stage, Teromorph Elite, which have evolved to have wings and be on lookout. Surprisingly, these are more dangerous than workers and warriors. Okay, as they inflict a more poison bite and can ambush you from a height. Now, these creatures will be soaring through the air, but most of the time they will be on the ground if there is no need to attack. And it will be rare occasions for them to fly if it is too serious. But if it stays as a warrior, it will then transform into a teromorph tank. These giant brutes will protect the queen at any cost and give order to some of the workers. Okay, and have a more deadlier bite. However, these teromorphs barely inflict any poison, as it serves no need for them and can kill things almost in a single bite. Okay, however, they are very simple to get away and are very slow due to their giant size. They need to protect the queen teromorph. Her size is the reason why the workers, the warriors, tanks all protect her. She is more deadlier, has more poison, and she is the reason for giving birth to the pack. So therefore the packs are very loyal towards her. And when she is ready to give birth, the teromorph clan, or workers, most likely, will make a giant nest den for her, as they cannot afford their queen to be out in the open. Okay, and she will lay eggs for the parasites and will start a new generation of teromorphs. However, if another queen has to ever come face to face with another one for the right of the pack, they will face each other, as there can only be one queen in the group. But it will need to mate with the next generation, the king teromorph. With his giant size, he is the only one that's allowed to mate with other creatures, such as the teromorph queen. However, only 1% chance of teromorphs will evolve into the king teromorph and will have the right to mate with the queen. And the queen will have to decide which is more intimidating and which is more bigger, so she could mate with them and start a new generation of teromorphs. However, as you can see, it looks like that he has wings, but these wings are not for flying and are for intimidation and to show that he is more bigger. Now time to show you what teromorphs are capable of. So teromorphs can be easy to hide from, but not necessarily. Also, as you can see, they do have an inflicting bite. And it could be simple to get away from them, as you could hide in the house, close the door, and they will immediately forget about you. Another positive thing is that teromorphs only have like a limit of eyesight, meaning that they can only see from a distance and can't see all the way where you're at. Okay, another positive thing is that you can especially hide behind teromorphs and they will not notice you as long as you're not too close to them. But if you are right beside or in front of a teromorph, they will notice you and they will come and attack you. So that, guys, that is the entire teromorph life cycle and the abilities that they have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for coming to Creation Studios to see what I had to create today. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.